about Java full stack. So first of all, everybody might have listened about what Java, C, C++, a lot of languages and technologies. But what is this full stack? So a full stack is something which constitutes of a lot of different programs which may result in developing an application. Okay, let us go into detail a little bit. So first of all, so why Java? Why you have to choose Java? So many people are having questions. Sir, there are a lot of technologies nowadays in market like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and a lot of questions will be there with you all. So let me show you a small index. So this was taken in the last March 31st. Okay, so everybody is able to see this graph, right? So here, if you carefully see here, so the blue line, which is at the top of all the years, the is nothing but Java. So then comes the C language, then comes the C++, then comes the dark green, that is PHP. So and then all the other languages. So you may think that many different technologies have come into existence and all. So but still, so evergreen technologies are there. Some of the evergreen technologies, for example. You go for gaming and scenarios. So the algorithms are being written in C language itself because of its fastness. So in the same way, whenever security is needed. So for example, take 10 or 20, 10 to 20 applications which you use in your Android apps. Okay. So in them, most of the 20 applications will have to be having the security problem. Okay. So they have to maintain the user's data there. They have to maintain the user's data securely. So if not, our data might be leaked into the internet, and our funds and everything will be plagiarized. Okay, so that is the reason security is needed. Wherever security is needed, object-oriented programming languages are needed. So object-oriented programming languages, the king of them is nothing but Java. So if you carefully observe this graph, so consistently, not exactly consistently, I won't speak as consistently, but compared to C++ language, so the topmost language or topmost technology that is used since 2002 is nothing but the Java. Okay, that is the main reason we need to know about Java. And I agree with all of you. So everybody will be having a lot of doubts here. So I agree with everyone that many different technologies have come into market. Okay, so I cannot speak about all the 2 lakh languages or 2 lakh technologies that came till now. So that is why I'm going to take the top 8 technologies that are trending currently in our 2020. That is the current year. Okay. So the first one goes to artificial intelligence. Don't worry about the order here. So these are all 8 equally popular, and some more or some or less. The first one is artificial intelligence. So if you carefully observe, so when you are buying a smartphone these days, you are going to get a camera. In the camera specification, they are going to say that the AI camera is being provided, and so many applications are being released in the market with artificial intelligence. So what is this artificial intelligence? So the code or else the execution of the program, so will be updated based on our usage, based on the user's usage. Okay. So then coming to machine learning, so that is the another technology. So robot process automation or RPA. So edge computing, virtual reality and augmented reality, cyber security, blockchain, Internet of Things. So there are a hell number of technologies that are popular these days, but the top 8 goes to these things. So okay, if you take the top 8 technologies, in these top 8 technologies, so in that 7 technologies are being used by Java. Okay, these 7 technologies use Java languages or Java's libraries to be exact. Okay, so the robot process automation might not use Java directly, but it also uses the Java libraries in the background. Okay, so you might by now you will be understood. You might understand that. So how much important the Java is. Java is the basic stepping stone to learn any language or any technology in the market. Okay, then coming to here. So see, I am able to speak here, I am able to speak, and you people are able to understand. So how is that possible? So because I am able to speak in a language which is understood by you people. Okay, so that is called a language. So a language is a medium of communication to exchange information. When we want to exchange information between two entities, we need to fill the medium, we need to fill the medium between these two entities. So that is nothing but the language. So a person to person communication can happen with normal languages like Japanese, English, Telugu, Hindi, Gujarati, and a lot of languages are present in the market, in the industry, or else in the world. So with which we will be able to speak to each and every other person. Okay, so okay, person to person communication is being happening even before the languages are introduced or computers are introduced. So but what the point here is, we need to communicate with the system. We need to communicate with the system. I need to tell the system that, so please add 1 plus 2 and give me the answer, which will be 3. So I need to communicate with the system and give it an instruction. So I need to give an instruction to the system, and this instruction will be processed by the system and it will give me the result. Okay, so I need to communicate with the system in order to, so get my things done here, get my things done. Okay, first of all, why we have to use the system, why we have to use the system? So when people are working, there might be a chance, there might be a chance of small mistakes, there might be a chance of small mistakes. So a person does some calculations every day, some 100 calculations per day. So suddenly he is being over flooded with 10,000 calculations in a single day. Okay, so he cannot divide his work because he cannot trust other people, so he trusts in his own abilities. So he will be able to do the 10,000 transactions, but the person who carries out 100 transactions per day is going to do 10,000 transactions here. So the work has been increased by 100 times. So due to stress or due to some physical ability, he might make a mistake here. Okay, so then what happens? So the if the mistake happens hugely, so the business might affect it. Okay, or else the personal life might be affected. Okay, that is the reason we are going to use systems. A system never does a mistake. A system never does a mistake. So when you properly give instructions to the system, so whether either it might be 100 or thousands or lakhs or 10 lakhs, billions, millions, trillions, n number of transactions you give also, so it will run according to the instructions only. A system never makes a mistake. A system never makes a mistake. Okay, so that is the reason we are going to use the systems here. So the people are being replaced by systems here. So employment problems have been solved by the systems. Okay, so if we want to communicate with the system, so system is nothing but a computer is nothing but an electronic device. Computer is nothing but an electronic device. So when you are communicating with an electronic device, it can understand only ones and zeros. It can understand only ones and zeros. Okay, if I want to tell you, so if what I'm so the content which I've been speaking from the last 8 minutes. So if I want to communicate the same thing with a computer, so I need to convert all these sentences and all the letters and all the characters present in the manner, so and convert them into zeros and ones and then produce to the system, and the system will understand that one and it will produce the result in the format of zeros and ones only. It will also give back the output as zeros and ones only. So when this is happening, I cannot understand the zeros and ones here. I cannot understand the zeros and ones. Okay, so it is not a very simple process like vice versa here. Okay, so that is the problem we are having. So in the meantime, so what happened is, so people started creating their own languages, so to understand between this machine language and the high level language. The high level language which we are speaking is English, and the system understands the low level language, that is zeros and ones. So these two languages, a mediator between these two languages is being brought, and these are called programming languages. These are called programming languages. So there are an n number of programming languages in market. So the most popular one and everybody knows is C language. Okay, C++, Java, JavaScript, ClipDealer, Visual Basic, Ruby. So and an n number of languages are there in the market. Okay, so now, so a language is nothing but it gives instructions. It gives instructions how to speak. So how to write a program in a language. So how to write a program, it provides a syntaxes of how to write a program and give a solution. So then coming to here, so what does the language does? So a language's output is always a program. A language's output is always a program. If you are already a computer science student, you might understand this, that what is a program is a sequence of instructions which solve and give me the result. Okay, which give me a result. So you might be given a program, you might be given a program to write a 100 prime numbers. Okay, that is a program. So you write a program and the program's output will be the first 100 prime numbers will be printed on the screen. Okay, so in the same way, the language's output will be a program. Okay, a program is a sequence of instructions which produce a task. Okay, a single task is being done here by a program. So language's output is a program and a single task is being done here. Okay, so now what is a technology? We also seen that what is a technology. So what is this technology here? Okay, so technology sits above languages. Technology sits above the languages here. So whereas a language produces a program, so the technology produces an application. Technology produces an application, or you can say it as a project, or you can say it as a project. So what is this project? So let us go to a banking scenario. Let us go to a banking scenario. So some X person is there, some X person is there. So this X person goes to a bank and opens an account. X person opens an account in a bank. So here a scenario, a task has been accomplished here. What is that? So they have created an account for this person. They have created an account for this person in the system, for this person in the system. So now what happened here? So a single task is performed, means a program is executed, means a program is executed here. So then what happens? We cannot just leave the account like that, right? They will expect us to deposit a minimum balance account over there. So now he has to add some 500 rupees to the account. He has to add some 500 rupees to the account. So now he goes to the cashier and gives 500 rupees to the cashier, gives 500 rupees to the cashier. So now what does the cashier does? Cashier will find out this person's account number on the slip and enters the account number and enters the amount which he is entering, and will push on a button, will push on a button. Now what will happen? So another task, so it cannot execute the same program, right? Before the program was to create an account. So if we execute the same thing, what will happen? Another account will be created with the same account number. Another account will be created with the same account number. That should not happen, right? So now another program should be executed. So what is that program? So depositing the amount, depositing the amount. Now if you carefully observe, so with a program we are able to accomplish a single task each and every time, a single task each and every time. But what we want is, we want a set of tasks. So all these tasks related to banking, like deposit, withdraw, so open account, close account, so many other 15h, form 15h, so withdraw some account here, so apply for a credit card, so transact on a credit card. So there are a number of programs that can be executed in a banking scenario. So I want an application with all these requirements, so with all these tasks in this application. So now this application cannot be developed with a language itself. So it can be developed with the help of a technology only, with the help of the technology only. So now I hope that everybody is able to understand the difference between the language and a technology here. Okay. So again, there are two types of language, two types of technologies here. There are two types of technologies here. So a server side language, server side technologies are there, and as well as client side technologies are there. So server side and client side, what is the major difference here? So if you carefully observe, every day you are using a lot of applications here. So you open your browser every day, www.facebook.com, you will just push it. Okay, so you are not having Facebook software or anything here. You are just opening a software, opening a URL in a browser. You are opening a URL in a browser. So this browser is called client side technology. Okay, it is the output of a client side technology. Browser application is the output of client side technology, whereas the actual application is being hosted on a server computer, is being hosted on a server computer. So this application is being produced by server side technology. Okay, this application is produced by server side technology. Okay, so now coming here, you might be wondering, so what is Java here? So we came for a Java online program, right? So what is Java here? So Java is nothing but a language as well as a technology. Java is nothing but a language as well as technology. Okay, so you might be confused here actually. So what happened with Java is, Java was invented to be a language. First of all, Java was invented to be a language first of all. Later, with the popularity of this Java's features, they have written a different kinds of codes inside it to make it a technology, so that everybody will be able to produce applications in the market, produce applications with the market. So, and Java is very, very famous, as you see, as you have seen the graph before in the second slide. So what did we see there? So we have seen that Java was very popular and widely used since 2002 till 2020. So what made it so popular? So the slogan, write once and run anywhere. The slogan, write once and run anywhere, has made Java the most popular programming language or the most popular technology in the market. Okay. So coming to the contents, so in this full stack Java development we will be discussing a lot of things. Okay, so now you people, if you want to join this internship, you need to have an idea of what kind of contents we are going to discuss in Java. Okay, so in the Java, so the Java is being divided into two parts here. So the first part is called core Java and the second part is called advanced Java. Okay, these are not any international standard terms, they are just the common terms used to divide the Java into. So the first one is core Java. So in the core Java, if you carefully observe, we are going to discuss about programming basics. We are going to discuss about programming basics, like what are variables, how are different types of variables, data types, so and precedence, operators, so and all these things. So if conditional loops, so if and if else, so while, do while, a lot of for loop, for each loop. So a lot of things we are going to discuss here. Programming basics we are going to discuss here. So after that, we are going to go into the OOPS concepts, object oriented programming skills concepts here. So these object oriented programming contains four major things: abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So we are going to deal with each of them with two classes to create different scenarios, real time scenarios, and give programs on them. Okay, so then we are going to discuss about strings, a very important thing. So then exceptions. So what are different kinds of exceptions that rise in Java and how are we going to handle them? So what are nested classes? What are nested classes? So there may be required scenarios where we need to write a class inside another class. So those are called nested classes. Then multi-threading. So because of this multi-threading itself, Java has become very popular, and we are going to discuss that concept also here. So then synchronization. What is serialization? So and how do we deal with the file system? See, for example, you are going to develop a program to collect a resume of candidates who are applying for an interview. So then you need to give a browse button where user will be uploading some files. So you need to know how we deal with this file system. And finally, collections. A small framework is provided in Java, so for performing data structures. Okay, these are the concepts which we are going to discuss in core Java. Okay, so advanced Java, then comes the advanced Java. In the advanced Java, we are going to discuss the first concept is databases. How do we interact with these databases using Java? So there is a concept called JDBC, Java to database connectivity. So using this one, we are going to connect it to databases and operate databases, like create table, insert data into it, retrieve data, and a lot of options we are going to do here. So then introduction to web. So how web is, so how do we use web here, as well as, so in these web applications, so when we deal with the web, so we need to develop web applications. So web can understand a different type of language, so that is called HTML. So we are going to deal with the HTML here. So we are going to apply styles using CSS over there. So we are going to do simple calculations using JavaScript over there. So when JavaScript is unable to do the things here, so we go for JSP, servlets and JSP, which are core Java classes, core Java classes. So then we are going to discuss about model view controller. So a real-time scenario will be here, given here. So to each every one of you. So and I will be taking a case study here, and I will explain every person with a case study. So how to read a case study. So how to implement the tasks given in a case study into a program or into an application. Uh, can you please mute your mic, your video? Okay, thank you. So then, so we are going to discuss about MVC. So then we are going to produce some case studies. We are going to give case studies to every person who is attending this program. So and they will be practicing on that. So after the case studies are completed, we are going to do a simple project over there. So a project development also will be done. So this way we will be covering all these concepts in Java. All these concepts in Java. So then the conclusion. So this conclusion is not for this program. This conclusion is for this online internship program. So the conclusion of this course will lead you to 20 real-time assignments like registration, login, validating a form, so using CAPTCHA for logging in, so sending a mail through web pages, so and retrieving them, so uploading and downloading images from web pages, so you storing the images in database, and so on. We are going to do so many real-time scenarios here. Okay, that's how you are going to conclude over there. So then coming to the people who are providing you this program, so Swiss Technologies. So more than half of you might already be known about Swiss Technologies, but please bear with me. I'm going to speak a few words about it. So Shwiz is a software training come development company. Okay, so it is a software company as well as a training platform is being provided here. So we people have trained all over more than 1500 plus students in the last 4 years of time. So, and we have a record of 100% impeccable placements. Okay, you can already go to the previous internship candidates and ask about it. So, and we specialize in classroom training, online training, corporate training, internship programs, career building programs, as well as placements, You people wondering what this program is. So we are dealing with the internship program here. We are dealing with the internship program here. So then, so myself. So my name is Sujit Majeti. So and I'm a corporate trainer come consultant. So I'm having 10 years of experience in Java related technologies. And my career started with TCS and I'm currently working with Tech4. So and I have done more than 174 workshops on the latest technologies. So I trained 6,000 students online or offline till date. Okay, till date I have trained 6,000 students online or offline. Okay, so see this link here. So I request everybody to use this link to give your details on the internship program here. So when you provide your details, so please there is a window called notes over there. So message, there is a window called message. In that, please provide the feasible timings for you to attend this class. Feasible timings for you to attend this class. So that we can plan the classes accordingly based on all the people's timings over there. And I am your program trainer Sujit Majeti. This is myself, and your program manager will be Mr. Karorti Kodandaramu. So this is his mobile number 9392002299. So if you have any queries, regarding the pricing of the program and duration of the program and all, so and any more details which you didn't understand in this program, so you can contact this person on this WhatsApp number. Okay, so and this is his email, and you can also go to your Facebook. You can message us in our Facebook also. Okay. And okay. So this is the Swiss.com website, swhizz.com. So here you are having internship program here. So just click on the internship. So when you click on the internship, you will be given these details. You will be asked for some details. So you just provide there your details, like how I'm providing here. College name, some email, then phone number, then what technology you are going to choose. So as we are dealing with the Java full stack here, so I ask everyone to select the Java full stack. So and then how do you know about this program? So you can just use any Google referral or something. So here in your message, so if you want to tell more about yourself, like for example you have something to tell about yourself, like um, let me tell you, I am a student studying in third year, and I have Java in my next semester. Okay, so this message will be regarding to the student who is studying in the third year. So my feasible timings are 6 p.m. Okay, like this. Okay, if you are a working professional, so you can just say that I am a developer or working professional. Okay, and your timings, my timings will be some 7 p.m. like that. Okay, and just click on the submit. And once you get this message, thank you for your message, so we'll wait the soon. So that means, so your feedback has been provided to the website. So now you can wait for the call. So you will be getting a call back from us, so regarding the program and when it will be actually start. Okay, so now I request everyone to write your details here. Someone is playing here. Okay, then how many participants have come here? Some 21. So does anyone have any doubts regarding this? Yes. Yes, it is. It is a software company. Then, may I know your name, please? I'm just getting your roll number. I think that is 17911805288. Sandeep. Hi, Sandeep. Yeah, it is a software company. Anybody, any more doubts? Okay. If you have any more doubts, yeah, you have a recruitment process in the website itself. You can check in the website, Sandeep. Thank you for asking. Okay, so I will conclude my class here. So Kodan Ramu will be contacting you people once you upload your details in the internship project internship web page. Okay, thank you everyone. Supriya, yeah, the fee structure will be discussed by Mr. Kodan Ramu over there. Okay, fee structure will be discussed by Kodan Ramu. You can contact him anytime as I given you the number, or else you just give your details in the internship web page, and the people will be contacting you regarding the fee structure and how many duration of the program and all. Any more? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone.